In a fiery display of partisan fervor, Senate Minority Leader Charles Schumer, a Democrat from New York, unleashed a scathing critique of President Donald Trump's first 100 days in office, labeling it a period marked by corruption and cronyism that has inflicted severe economic burdens on the American populace. Schumer, addressing the Senate floor during what was billed as an all-night Democratic marathon, pulled no punches as he accused the 47th president of governing with the autocratic tendencies of a king, a mob boss, a wannabe dictator. His remarks, delivered on April 29, 2025, set the tone for a night of unrelenting opposition to Trump's agenda, though the session faced interruptions from scheduled votes, including a final ambassadorship confirmation. Schumer's rhetoric painted a dire picture of Trump's leadership, asserting that the president's actions constitute a direct threat to the democratic foundations of the United States. "This is a threat to our democratic republic," he declared, pointing to Trump's alleged attempts to stifle dissent by targeting law firms, universities, and even the judiciary, pillars of American democracy that Schumer argued are under siege. He referenced Trump's own words about wanting to act as a dictator on day one, suggesting that the president is extending this authoritarian streak far beyond his initial promise. "Any quarter of opposition that might just say something in our tradition of free speech and debate, he tries to crush," Schumer fumed, urging his fellow Democrats to stand united in defense of the nation's core values. The Senate Minority Leader's comments were not without context. Earlier that day, CNN's Manu Raju pressed Schumer on declining poll numbers within his own party, a challenge Schumer brushed off with a dismissive, "Polls come and go, our party is united." This assertion of unity was echoed in the participation of other Democratic senators, who joined Schumer in the all-nighter to amplify their criticisms. Senator Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut described Trump's administration as cruel and dumb, warning that its turmoil and turbulence have sown confusion and deep apprehension about America's future. Similarly, Senator Tammy Baldwin of Wisconsin lamented the unimaginable amount of havoc and harm Trump's policies have caused her constituents, accusing the president of failing to deliver on a litany of campaign promises, from ending wars to lowering grocery costs and making healthcare more affordable. The White House, however, was quick to counter these attacks. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, responding to Fox News Digital, defended Trump's record, claiming that in his first 100 days, the president has delivered on hundreds of promises and achieved his two primary campaign goals, securing the border and curbing inflation. Leavitt projected confidence in Trump's next phase, promising trade deals, peace deals, and tax cuts to usher in more American greatness. Her remarks underscored the stark divide between the administration's narrative of success and the Democrats' portrayal of chaos. The Democratic all-nighter, though briefly disrupted by a procedural vote on an energy standards bill proposed by Republican Senator John Husted of Ohio, was expected to resume, signaling the party's determination to sustain their offensive. Schumer's leadership in this effort comes amid broader tensions within the Democratic Party, as some liberals have criticized him for perceived ineffectiveness against Trump's agenda. Notably, Schumer has faced backlash for supporting a Republican-backed government funding bill in March 2025, a decision that sparked calls for his resignation from figures like Representative Glenn Ivey of Maryland. Despite these pressures, Schumer has remained defiant, vowing to continue as Senate Minority Leader and framing his actions as necessary to avoid a government shutdown. The broader context of Schumer's criticisms reveals a Democratic Party grappling with its role as the opposition in a Republican-controlled government. With the GOP holding the White House, House of Representatives, and Senate, Democrats have struggled to find effective avenues to block Trump's initiatives. A CNN poll cited in recent reports showed significant disapproval among Democratic-leaning voters toward congressional leadership, with 61% expressing negative views of Schumer and House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries. This discontent has fueled calls for more aggressive resistance, with some party members like Senator Chris Van Hollen of Maryland, taking independent actions to challenge Trump's policies, such as advocating for the release of a deported individual in El Salvador. Schumer's focus on Trump's alleged threats to democracy also ties into specific policy disputes. For instance, he has sharply criticized Trump's handling of the Russia-Ukraine war, warning that the administration's approach risks damaging U.S. alliances and signaling weakness to adversaries like China, North Korea, and Iran. Additionally, Schumer has accused Trump of triggering a constitutional crisis through conflicts with the judiciary, particularly over deportation policies under the Alien Enemies Act. These issues, combined with Trump's sweeping tariffs, mocked by Schumer as taxing penguins not Putin, form the backbone of the Democrats' case against the president's economic and foreign policy record. As the 100-day mark of Trump's second term passes, the political battle lines are clearly drawn. Democrats, led by Schumer, are betting that their narrative of corruption, cronyism, and democratic erosion will resonate with a public facing rising costs and policy upheavals. Meanwhile, the Trump administration is doubling down on its message of fulfilled promises and impending prosperity. The outcome of this clash will likely shape the political landscape as both sides gear up for the next 100 days, with trade deals, tax cuts, and international negotiations looming on the horizon. For now, Schumer and his Democratic colleagues are committed to keeping the pressure on, using the Senate floor as a stage to rally their base and warn the nation of what they see as an existential threat to its democratic ideals.